Canon EF 75-300 Mark III. Should this budget telephoto have a place in your kit bag? Released in 2014, this lens is still sold new today for around £250. But if you're willing to look for a bargain, you can pick this up for around £80 used. It's a super lightweight, low budget telephoto lens, but don't let the price point deceive you. This is Canon's best budget offering to get you into telephoto. It has an f4 to f5.6 aperture with a minimum focus distance of a whopping 1.5 meters. So with that, let's have a look at the good bits of this lens. It's super affordable. The used market is awash with these lenses. So like I say, you can pick them up for around £75 used, which means this is really accessible for anyone on any budget. Optically, it's really nice. First up, it offers really nice bokeh. It still surprises me today when we still use this lens, how nice it is edge to edge. You can get some nice B-roll from a locked off tripod shot, or even use it on your B cam for interviews to get a more incidental looking shot. It really is surprising how good it is. Also, it's super lightweight. For a lens that's got this large a focal range and that much glass inside of it, it really doesn't take up a huge amount of weight in your camera bag or on the front of your camera. So if you're a filmmaker on the move, this is actually a really good option. So let's look at the bad points of the Canon 75-300. First up, you take it out the box, the first thing you notice is the build quality. It doesn't feel the best. It is a budget Canon lens after all. It feels very plasticky. As I've said in other reviews, no lens is particularly strong or hardy, but when you pick up something like an L series lens, you can feel the quality, you can feel the weight of the glass. With this, it is lightweight, but not necessarily in a good way. It feels kind of cheap at times. A real flaw of this lens is it doesn't have any image stabilization. Now, with a telephoto lens, you're not necessarily going to be using it handheld. It's pretty much always going to be locked off on a tripod. So it's not necessarily a terrible thing not to have stabilization, but it's such a long lens that even the slightest touch to the camera body or even the touch screen will be picked up on it. You'll see that camera shake, which means those shots or that part of the shot become unusable. The autofocus is pretty slow. It uses the Canon DC motor, which means it's not just slow at moving the glass in and out of focus, it's also incredibly noisy. So if you're using this lens as your A camera and you're using the on-body microphone, that shot will become unusable, audio-wise at least. It is a low-budget telephoto lens that isn't without its issues, but considering 4 years on, we're still using it today, I would say it's worth every pound of that price point, and probably more. Being so easy to use and so cheap, it's a great way to add telephoto to your kit bag. If you're looking for your first long focal length lens, this is a great way to start. And considering you can get it at such a low price point, it's definitely worth having a look at. So the Canon EF 75-300 Mark III. I would say it's definitely one to add to your kit bag, considering it won't break the bank. That's been my grab and go review for the Canon EF 75-300 Mark III. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.